This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. So sometimes I'm going to come to you, like I want to refinance, and I come to you and I say, I want to refinance, and you say, nah, not such a good idea.
Yeah,
How come? Why can't it be? I mean, it's a lower rate, John. It's lower than I'm paying.
Sure, right. So, yeah, I mean, as much as anything, I do very frequently have to tell a consumer, I don't recommend that you refinance your loan. The mortgage, you have to look at more than just your monthly payment. Really, the most common reason I tell somebody or I recommend to somebody not to refinance is they won't receive a benefit from the refinance in real saved dollars. So the idea there is yes, you can you can refinance your loan, possibly lower your interest rate and shave some money off your monthly payment. But if the dollars you're spending to do that refinance, which is very commonly, not thought about because it's hidden in the equity of the house, like your loan amount's going up or your loan balance is going up as part of the refinance. That's the most common way to pay for a refinance. If you look at the time to break even on the refinance and how long you told me you were going to live there, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. My kind of general philosophy is, yes, if you're in a need situation where you really need that monthly payment to be lower in order to kind of stay on your feet, absolutely fine, do it.
Yep.
If you can recoup the cost of your refinance in about 3 years, great. Do it as well.
Absolutely do it, yeah.
That makes total sense to me. But if it's taking you 5 or 6 years to recoup the cost of your refinance based upon how much lower your monthly payment is, that I would be very skeptical about.
How do I know, and when I meet with you, how do I know how much house I can afford? How do we determine what that number is?
I would tell you, obviously, you're going to think about monthly payment budget as the first thing. And the logical sort of progression for me is, what are you, and this is actually how I discuss it with a consumer, it's, what are you paying for rent now? Okay. And then how does that feel? Is that tight for you every month? Is that easy? And you're adding money to savings, right? To get that will tell you whether or not you should comfortably be stretching to go higher because that's what you want, or gosh, this is hard for you every month and we should really try to get that or lower for you, right? And we have that sort of human being conversation to it to figure out the baseline. Now, for me, it's relatively straightforward to say, okay, you want a monthly payment of this. I can then extrapolate that to a particular sales price based upon expertise in our market and just, doing this a long time here.
What happens if an appraiser makes a mistake? Doing my value. In other words, okay,
that's never happened. I mean, come on.
Let me tell you. So the contract for my house was $320. The appraiser says it's only worth $309. What do we do? What do we do?
There's a couple of layers to this. One is we as lenders can't just tell an appraiser they're wrong and force them to change the number, right?
That's how we got in trouble.
We've created a rule set that keeps the appraisers independent from the process, right?
Indeed.
And so really what we can do is this, and say, we can gather, through the help of the realtors involved in the transaction typically, any factual information you feel that the appraiser did not consider in the original appraisal report. We will gather that information together, scrub it a little bit to make sure that it is a reasonable thing to impact the valuation, and then we provide it back to the appraiser for consideration and response.
I recommend to my sellers this. Take a piece of paper, write down everything you've done to improve that home, and write down the dollar amount you spent to do that improvement.
Sure.
Put new flooring in, $12,500. Put new countertops in, $1,800. Whatever it was, and make a list and add it up and give it a total, and then hand that to the appraiser. Say, Mr. Appraiser, please consider these elements that we've added to the property in doing your appraisal. That's it. Then walk away and let them do their work. And I think that they respect that, and ideally they'll hopefully incorporate some of those things into the appraisal.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening, and remember to tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN.